What's Gucci gang cool? Alright, so let's look at try to get some facts on this fucking I'm about to start using.
Welcome back to the channel where we break down the latest in cutting-edge health and wellness science so you can stay ahead of the curve. Today, we're diving into a game changer in the world of weight loss. You've probably heard a lot about Semaglutide and Tirzepatide, but what if I told you there's a new player in town that might just outshine them both? Intrigued? You should be. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what Retatrutide is and how it works. Retatrutide is a next-generation peptide currently under clinical investigation for its potential in weight loss and metabolic health. It's a triple receptor agonist, meaning it targets 3 different pathways in the body: GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon receptors. This multi-targeted approach not only helps curb appetite and increase feelings of fullness, it also ramps up energy expenditure by influencing how your body burns fat. So, how does Retatrutide stack up against the likes of Semaglutide and Tirzepatide? Semaglutide, as many of you know, is a GLP-1 receptor agonist that has shown impressive results in weight loss. Tirzepatide took a step forward by combining GLP-1 and GIP agonism, offering even greater efficacy. But Retatrutide, it's taking it to another level by adding a third mechanism, glucagon receptor activation. This triple action not only boosts the body's fat burning potential, but also offers better glycemic control and could potentially reduce cardiovascular risk factors. Early clinical trials are showing that Retatrutide might lead to even greater weight loss than its predecessors. Some studies have reported an average weight loss of up to 24% of body weight in just 48 weeks, outpacing both Semaglutide and Tirzepatide. That's not just good, that's revolutionary. Of course, no medication is without its side effects, and Retatrutide is no exception. The most common side effects are nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, similar to what we see with Semaglutide and Tirzepatide. However, it appears that the gastrointestinal side effects with Retatrutide may be less severe, possibly due to its more balanced action across multiple receptors. This could make it a more tolerable option for many patients. When it comes to dosing, clinical studies have explored a range of doses from 0.5 milligrams to 12 milligrams per week. The sweet spot for most individuals is between 4.5 milligrams and 8 milligrams, balancing effectiveness with tolerability. What's fascinating is that even at lower doses, Retatrutide has shown remarkable efficacy, which could be a game changer for patients who are sensitive to higher doses of GLP-1s or GIP agonism. Let's not forget the science behind all this. Clinical studies like the SURPASS-5 and others have shown that Retatrutide not only promotes weight loss, but also improves insulin sensitivity, reduces hemoglobin A1C levels, and might even lower cardiovascular risk. These studies suggest that Retatrutide could be a better rounded option for those looking to not just lose weight, but improve their overall metabolic health. Retatrutide is shaping up to be an exciting new tool in the fight against obesity and metabolic disease. While it's still in the early days, the potential is clear. If you're struggling with weight loss and are curious about how this new therapy might fit into your health journey, don't hesitate to reach out for a consultation. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification.
Well, that wasn't as much information as I was expecting. All right, let's see. This guy was talking about it too. No, he was talking about Semaglutide, this guy. Oh, shit. Oops. What the fuck did I do? Loud. Oh, dang. You scared the crap out of me, dude. Huh? You ate all of the shit? Sheesh. Good lord. Good shit, bro. That was a badass, like, superhero fucking breakfast, man. Make sure you throw the napkin in the trash. Make sure you throw the napkin in the trash. What was I looking for, man? Fuck, dude. That's whack. I was hoping to fucking have an hour. God damn, an hour on this shit. I'm not gonna watch that shit for an hour.
That are over-consuming the amount of calories they need. Because if it would you say no? How do you forget to eat? When people get to dinner and they're like, oh my God, I completely forgot to. How did you forget to eat? All I think about is food. It's all I think about. It's the main thing that makes me happy on a daily basis. So whenever I diet or I go into a calorie restricted period of my life, I have to give up a lot of happiness to try and make myself happy. It's like a paradox. After taking Semaglutide, I thought I'd feel sick all the time, but I just felt not really bothered by food, which was completely new to me. I felt in control. My missus said, do you want a bit of chocolate? I said no. She looked at me and thought, who is this man I'm sharing a house with? Because that's not the man I remembered before. Now, it's not all happy days. I struggled a lot to get my protein quotas in. I never hit it any of the time I was taking it. And in fact, one morning I tried forcing in a protein shake when I wasn't hungry, and it crippled me for about an hour of feeling sick. Still, I ate slower. I enjoyed my food. And for the first time in my life, I had a microwave meal. I got halfway through and thought, oh, better put that in the fridge for later. In 34 years, that's never happened. All of those people that eat slowly and enjoy their food and don't wolf it down so quick you think they get indigestion, I was one of those people for 2 weeks. And it's not that I couldn't enjoy food. It's not that I didn't enjoy sitting down and having something. It's just I ate less, probably 30% less. And I didn't have to try. I didn't track calories, didn't hit high protein. I just ate less. I wanted to hate this so much, but after taking this for 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was walking into a shop the other day and I saw a guy, he was pretty fat. He was a big boy. The first thing that came to me was, if that was my dad, I would jab him with this when he's not looking. And he'd go, oh, bloody hell, son, what was that? I go, shut up, dad, see you in a week. There are people out there that just don't want to hashtag rise and grind, hashtag calorie deficit. And I feel like this could be perfect for them. So let's get into administration. Injecting's not easy. It's one of those things a lot of people can get squeamish with. The good news is that compared to other compounds, anabolic steroids, you've got to inject like twice a week. And usually for anabolic steroids, you go to the upper outer quadrant of your arse cheek. This is like a least vascular area. So imagine me 10 years ago, I'm laying in bed. I've been taking clenbuterol all day. I've got tremors in my hand. I've got an intramuscular injection site. I'm putting the pin into my glute. Suddenly, I get cramp in my hand. I turn in to the guy out of Scary Movie. Use my strong hand, child. I've got an injectable pin sticking out my ass. It's about an inch into my glute. My mum comes down. She goes, James, darling, dinner. I'm like, Mum, don't come in. I'm cleaning my room. I've now got a needle sticking out my ass and I've got to inject that testosterone into my butt cheek, hoping I haven't hit a vein. But with peptides, it's a lot easier. I'll show you. This is for educational purposes, by the way. If you were to consider doing any peptide of any type, you would need to talk to a doctor, get a script, make your own decisions. I'm just doing this to inform you. Peptides use...
Listen, doctors are always going to tell you that peptides are a no-go because they're not approved by the FDA. Peptides are just amino acids, which that means they're 100% safe. They fucking are made by the human body. They're just not made structured the way that they make them in the lab. So they basically get the same amino acids that the body makes and just put them on a chain together, in a lab, and then they put that into a pill or an injection or a powder, and then you inject that, and then it has a certain purpose. So like it's just the lab getting the molecules of the amino acids, putting them together on a specific chain to create a peptide. So a doctor's never going to tell you, yeah, try peptides. They're never going to tell you that shit because they'd rather have you buy their medicine that makes you sick so you can keep coming back.
A much smaller injection, which goes in something called subcutaneous, which means it goes into belly fat. So this kind of injection, it's not very big, very scary. And granted, the first time you inject with it, it'll be pretty fucking frightening, but it's not too bad. The things I do, education, isn't it? So it's not too scary. I mean, there's not much that can go wrong with that. As far as subcutaneous injections, one of those a week. And for a lot of people, that could mean losing kilograms of fat on a weekly basis. And when you look to maybe only injecting once a week, that's very infrequent compared to other peptides. There are other peptides like CJC 1295 and ipamorelin, which is a growth hormone peptide that Andrew Huberman and Joe Rogan take. And in fact, you actually probably want to subscribe to this channel if you haven't, because my next video will be explaining what 10 weeks taking growth hormone secretagogues did to my training recovery. But for that, you're injecting once to twice a day. For fat loss, once a week. And I appreciate that for the full efficacy of these compounds, you'd want to take them for months, not weeks. I don't think it's too much of a bad deal. Now, it's worth looking up on semaglutide and its side effects, and that was one of the main things that was getting me worried about taking it in the first place. And one of the biggest side effects was muscle loss. But I appreciate if you're going to completely nuke someone's appetite, getting protein in, enough protein to maintain and grow muscle is difficult as it is, let alone with no appetite, and I've definitely struggled with that. But I think that the majority of populations that have been taking this compound have not been trained. So therefore, if you get untrained populations that aren't lifting weights or doing resistance training and you reduce their appetite, of course, they're going to lose massive amounts of muscle. But I think if we can educate people to lift weights and eat as much protein as they can whilst taking things like this, it can have a really beneficial effect to their health. And we've always got to weigh up negatives of a compound versus benefits it could have to someone's life. And I can't help but think that someone losing 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 kilograms of fat using something like this, the health benefits they're going to get are going to far outweigh any side effects you get from it. So if you were to ask me if this is going to be the end of obesity, before I would have said no. Now I'm saying I'm not sure. Because what I think this compound will do for millions of people is vastly reduce the amount of people that are unmotivated, that have given up, that are never going to want to set foot in a gym or work with a personal trainer. And I think it's going to vastly grow the amount of people that become motivated. Because one of the biggest lessons I can give you in life, even outside of fat loss, is that action always precedes motivation. Everyone goes through life thinking they need to find motivation, then start with something. But that's not the way life works. You need to start at something, and you only find motivation on the way after you've begun. And for a lot of obese people out there that have given up, they're probably waiting for a burst of motivation to come along. And quite frankly, it's not going to come. But if you inject them, that will reduce their appetite and they drop 10, 15, 20 kilograms, they're going to find motivation along the way. And I think a large amount of them will be able to keep it up. Now, this drug isn't perfect by any means, but if scientists and all those boffins out there can continue to improve it for years to come, well, the landscape of fat loss might look vastly different in 20 years. And I'll give it to you one more time, because a lot of people that have followed me for years never really heard me say this. When it comes to fat loss drugs, I was completely wrong. Don't get used to that. Thanks for watching.
Anyways, so got some information out of it. So now I'm stuck between semaglutide, HGH fragment 176191, and Retatrutide. Retatrutide is the most expensive. Semaglutide is the second expensive, and HGH fragment 176191 is the least expensive. So I don't know, man. Maybe since I'm already on stuff, I should try to go slow and start off with the cheaper one. Or you know what? Let me look up. Fucking whatchamacallit. Where is it? All right, so this is the peptides that I was looking for before. Let me search it up. Semaglutide. Cmax. So that's like to get your semen higher. Semaglutide. Yeah, look at that shit. Holy fuck, that shit's expensive. Peptide, yes. 10 milligrams. That's 1,000. That's 10,000 micrograms for 270 shit. So semaglutide. What about Retatrutide? What the fuck is that? Where is that? This one is 10 milligrams. 323. How much was the other one? 270? So Retatrutide's a little more expensive, but fuck, dude. Now let's look at, that was 10 milligrams, 323. The other one was 270. HGH fragment 176191. Let's do 10 milligrams. Look at that, bro. I think I'm gonna try this off first to start off, because I can buy 2 10 milligram bottles for 140, which is still half the price of each of the other ones, and this one still has incredible fat loss attributes. So,
What's up, Gookie? What happened? You hungry?
I know you're hungry. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go with that one first. I'm gonna try that one out. 10 milligrams. They have the nasal spray, but I heard the nasal sprays are just like whatever, so 10 milligrams of this, which means I would also need. So I'm gonna do. Let me see. Why is there 3 things in my cart? Oh no, it's a notification. So I'm gonna add the cart. What you doing? Crazy ass guy, dude. What does it say? Up to $98. Is it the nasal sprays that cost more? Peptide, 10 milligrams, $77. So that means I gotta look up the, let's see, HGH fragment 176191 dosing. So now, where is that shit, dude? It's gotta be one, bro. Did I already watch this one? No. Let's see what this guy's got to say. What? Okay, well, I need English, my boy. I'm sorry. I got nothing against you and shit. Kind of need to understand what you're saying. Let's see what this guy's got to say. Fuck you. What the fuck happened? Zoom out, bitch. Man, I can't fucking. It's like every time I look up another video, someone's saying that it's great, someone's saying that it sucks, someone's saying it works, someone's saying it doesn't work. Fucking shit, bro. Well, I gotta go do some stuff, man. So I'll get back on here later. Look for some more fucking videos. Fucking pain in the ass to get into this shit, bro. Deuces.